Okay, welcome back to Dark Souls 3 Insane Crazy Pestilent Mercury playthrough. So, already killed Udex. Good dear. We didn't kill Boreal because I didn't know what I was doing with the playthrough, but I don't think Boreal would be too difficult to do with Pestilent Mercury. He's kind of slow. You can do him in NG++. We've also done the Curse-Working Great, which turned out to be surprisingly easy, but kind of interesting. We did the Crystal Sage, which was not too bad, as long as we were able to clear his buddies out. And then we did the Beacons of the Deep, which was completely ridiculous, and bordering on the impossible, but with a bit of good crowd control, it actually wasn't. In the end, I think, if I did it again, I wouldn't necessarily have as much trouble as I did. So then, obviously, the next fight should be the Abyss Launchers, right? Oh my god. I don't think the Abyss Launchers is going to work. Like, the second phase, he moves too quickly, and he only does, like, Pestilent Mercury does 7 damage per tick. He's only in there for like 2 ticks, usually do 14 damage, and he just can't survive long enough. So I've hardly scratched his health before he's basically wiped me out. Anyway, so in the spirit of adventure and not wishing to give up on the playthrough here just yet, I thought I'd come and kill Emma with Pestilent Mercury, by the way. She took 3 hits of it as well, champ. And instead go the kind of like Lothric Castle route. Take out the Dancer, take out Oceros, try and get Gundyr, and maybe even the Dragon Slayer armour. So anyway, the first barrier, of course, is the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Now, I was kind of thinking that this wouldn't be so bad, because you can see that the damage is okay. It's 10 points per tick, but she does kind of move fairly slowly through here, and you can kind of lure her around the place. This is definitely the correct strategy, by the way, is to lure her around the place and just run away whenever possible. But as you can see, she also hits really hard, and well, it turns into a mad clutch battle at the end, as you'll see. So that 10 damage per thing, you can usually get around 100 or so damage on her. Sometimes more. There you see, let's see, what was that, 100, 200, that's it, 170. That's about as good as you could expect, maybe a bit more in certain cases. So at this point I'd worked out my strategy. It's like, run to the corner, put down the spell, lure her over here, run away, and hope that she'll stand around in the poison to do about 180, 200 damage. Would be great. Again, because it's such a low FP spell, you can put the spell down many times. It doesn't really matter if you miss once or twice. As long as you're getting like 100 or so damage each time, you think, okay, that should be good. There! Faster than I realised. I didn't know she could actually do that. My last playthrough as a sorcerer, she was my number 2 easiest boss, because by running to the corners and using like Soul Spear, I was doing like 500 damage each time, and she could basically hardly ever hit me. She only hit me once in the entire fight. This, on the other hand, was a whole world of difficult compared to that. In fact, I'm kind of beginning to wonder if the Pestilent Mercury spell was put into the game for people who think Dark Souls is too easy. Because it's... see, that was me mistakenly. I was actually trying to drink an Ashen Estus flask, but... Anyway, I put the spell down twice. In the end, it didn't matter, she didn't hit me. And she comes like prowling around the arena again. Very cat-like, isn't she? Obviously, you don't want to get grabbed by her. I'm not wearing terribly good armour. I've got some slightly different armour changed to something with better fire protection. And I've got really silly fat gloves on. Obviously trying to stay below the 70% threshold. I could probably go lower, to be honest. In fact, the rolling advantage at 30% might even help me even more. Might need to consider that for the Abyss Watchers. I'm also wearing a flame stoneplate ring. I actually went and picked it up because I didn't have it yet. I'm wearing the fast cast ring. You do kind of need that because it does make a discernible difference in how long it takes to cast a spell. And apart from that, I'm wearing, I believe, the stone plate, what's it called, the steel protection, ring of steel protection. There you go. Since offensive rings don't affect this magic, you may as well just go pure defensive with your rings. And the other one I'm wearing, I think, is either the Chloranthy ring, although I can't tell if that's true or not, maybe not, or the Estus ring to give us more healing. I honestly don't remember. Anyway, it's nothing that particularly special. The character at this point, I think I've gone up to 111 or 110. I started putting a few points into stamina because I was at base stamina for most of the game. And I've gone up to 40 health, it's 60 int. Everything else is pretty much base, except I've got the strength and dex to wield the katana. Obviously I don't use it in the boss fights, but I do use it to get to the boss fights sometimes if it helps me. Although to be honest, I'm mostly just playing pure mage at the moment. I'm not really trying to collect everything on this character, so run past the enemies. Here's a good example of where you can kind of trap her in the corner, especially the spin to win attack she has. Obviously it's a very dangerous attack, but it does kind of leave her in one area, and she has a long... Another Estus cock up on my part there, pressing the wrong buttons. At this point I thought, right, that's it. Let's Ember up. Ember is basically an extra Estus flask. And as you'll see at the end of this fight, I really needed it. Sometimes you see in the corners where there's like stairs you can't go up on. Sometimes she gets not stuck on the a little bit stuck on the scenery, a little bit, not completely, and she won't stay there forever. But I mean, that was a good chance to get some decent damage. Unfortunately, when I cast the spell, I thought I'd be able to hit her through that like pulpit, I suppose. That didn't work. Good thoughts there. But yeah, try and avoid running into the middle of the arena because you're vulnerable there. All those swings have got such range on them though. And my character is so squishy, you can't really afford to get a hit. And you can see my Estus flasks are going down, and she's still got about half of her health left. However, I am getting a bit better at my dodge strategy, he says, just as she hits him. Remember, there's only 2 columns. I was thinking there was a 3rd column. I was trying to get away from her further. There was nowhere to run to. Here, though, see, she exhausts herself on that spell, on that spin. It's not a good idea to lock on either. I lock on occasionally just to like make sure I'm facing the right direction, cast the spell. Otherwise you tend to do quite a long way in front of you, and that's not a good location. It needs to be closer to the pillar. It's not going to hit her, you see. I've decided the Pestilent Mercury's damage to the caster itself is so minor that you basically don't need to worry about it. It's always generally going to be worth it. You can stand in the Mercury with the boss and they'll generally take more damage than you, although the Abyss Watchers might be an exception. Because some of her attacks can do extreme damage, you need to keep your health above half. So I'm now down to my last Estus flask. Yep, 1 left. And she's still still got lots of cover. But look, spin to win, put her right into it to win over 200, 200, yeah, 280. That's probably the best, one of the best damage she's had. I mean, continue with the next one, so it's over 300. Still clicking, still going. She got herself a bit caught up on the scenery, so over 600. Unfortunately, the spell rang out. Anyway, you always have to make sure you kind of wait enough time for her to like walk the right way around the column. Unfortunately, the spell's now run out. See, she's stuck in here again. Every time she swings her arms, they go through the poison mist. The Pestilent Mercury mist, and it takes off 10 points every time. But when she starts running around, get out of the way. So at this point I was thinking, maybe I'm going to do it. It actually only took me 2 tries. But as you'll see, this try is so exceedingly long for a gun to fight. But, I've still got a lot of damage to do, and again, only 1 Estus class. But I feel like my strats have been coming together quite well. You know, run, roll, cast a spell, run, roll, cast a spell. Spin to win comes through. Again, she spins right into it, so actually the spin to win is actually a decent chance to catch her. She will come around here. Probably could have waited a little bit longer there, but see, I didn't actually hit her. She cut the corner up. Spin to win again, and just barely survived without taking a hit there. 100% shield goes without saying. I wouldn't have survived otherwise. That was kind of a bit annoying though. She clipped me, so I thought, what the hell. The last Estus flask is down, and I've already opened up as well, so remember I don't have any more healing options. I do have a Divine Blessing, but going into the menus to try and pull her out with her spinning around the place is probably going to be dead. So also, let's be honest, that's the last of the Estus Ashen Estus as well. I'm not going to use Divine Blessings unless it's like, an extreme situation. And so yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've got plenty of health. No problem. Here she comes, spin to win. She's going to spin to win herself right into that again. Oh no! I moved too soon. She actually dodged it. But that jump into it is fine. Just a little bit more to go. There you come. And click. It says the sound and the dance of the Boreal Valley is down. The next one's much worse.